All right, welcome back, everybody. Halftime here between Southeast Missouri State and North Dakota State. North Dakota State leading 31-14 at halftime. Let's run down some first half stats in this game for you. North Dakota State, 375 total yards of offense. Southeast Missouri State put up 146. First downs, 14 for the Bison, 7 for the Redhawks. Both teams penalized 2 times in that first half. Individual stats: Cole Payton for the Bison, 12 of 15 passing the ball, 282 yards and 4 passing touchdowns in the first half. He also rushed 7 times for 29 yards. Capinu, the leading rusher for the Bison, 8 carries, 61 yards in that first half. Receivers: Lance, the leading receiver for the Bison, 4 catches, 159 yards in the first half to go along with 1 receiving touchdown. Raja Nelson, 3 catches for 24 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns in the first half. Diggins targeted 4 times, made 2 catches for 33 yards. Kessel, 1 catch for 31 yards in that first half. Collins, 1 catch for 28 yards, and that was a receiving touchdown. All to the tune of 375 total yards for the Bison in the first half. At the other side, Jax Leatherwood, 6 of 13 passing the football for the Redhawks, 101 yards and 1 passing touchdown. Leading rusher for the Redhawks is Epton Jr. He carried 4 times for 19 yards. Leatherwood, the quarterback, 7 carries for 18 yards. Southeast Missouri State limited to 45 yards rushing on 18 carries in that first half, 146 total yards. Time of possession, 16 minutes, 13 seconds for the Bison, 13 minutes, 47 seconds for the Redhawks. Neither team turned the football over in the first half, and both defenses had 1 sack in that first half. It all leads to a 31-14 lead for North Dakota State at the half. Southeast Missouri State will be receiving the football to start half number 2. Before we begin half number 2, let's run down FCS scoreboard on the FCS level. Number 2 team in FCS, South Dakota State, they play later at home against Drake. Number 3, Tarleton State, gets underway later. They're at Central Arkansas. Number 4 team, Montana State, made the FCS championship game appearance a year ago. They start off to an 0-2 start this year, but they're about to get their first win of the season. They're heading to the fourth quarter. Montana State leads San Diego 38-0. Top 20 matchup in the FCS, number 16, North Dakota at number 5, Montana. That game midway through the third quarter, and North Dakota leads Montana 16-7. Number 6, Rhode Island, in a battle all day at Holy Cross. That game has now gone final. Rhode Island with a late field goal. They pull that game out at Holy Cross 9-7. Number 7 team in the FCS poll, Illinois State. They lead Eastern Illinois 28-10 midway through the third quarter. Team ranked number 8 in the FCS poll, Idaho. They lead Utah Tech 10-0. They approach halftime up there at the, is it still called the Kibbe Dome up there? I think it's still called the Kibbe Dome up there. Number 9, UC Davis. They actually have the week off this week. They have an idle week this week. And number 10, Lehigh. Lehigh cracking the top 10 poll this week. They won earlier today at Duquesne, 35-21. That wraps up the top 10 in the FCS. Number 11, Villanova, in action at FBS. Number 2, Penn State. Penn State leading that game 21-0 at the half. Number 12, South Dakota, a winner in overtime. It took overtime, but they do beat Northern Colorado today, 24-17. Number 13, Abilene Christian, in action later at TCU. Number 14, Incarnate Word, in action today at UTSA and trailing 24-0 in the second quarter. And number 15, Tennessee Tech. They hung 72 on Davidson today and winning 72-14. FBS scores in progress. Number 15, Tennessee, and number 6, Georgia. Tennessee leading 21-17. That game approaching halftime. Still in weather delays between Oregon State and Texas Tech and USC and Purdue. They have yet to get underway, either one of those two games. Number 14, Iowa State getting a battle from the Sun Devils of Arkansas State. Iowa State leading that game, but only 9-3. 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Number 7, Texas getting a battle from UTEP. Texas leading that game 7-0 midway through the second quarter. Number 5, Miami. Number 18, South Florida. One of the featured games of the day. Miami leading that game 14-3. Game just underway in the second quarter. Finals from earlier involving ranked teams. Number 4, Oregon goes into Evanston and beats Northwestern 34-14. Upset of the day so far. Number 12, Clemson falling at Georgia Tech 24-21. Georgia Tech hitting a 55-yard field goal at the gun in that game. Number 13, Oregon, number 13, Oklahoma, 42-3 over Temple. Number 19, Alabama, no problem with Wisconsin, 38-14. Number 23, Michigan, hangs 63 on Central Michigan today and winning 63-3. Number 24, Auburn, 31-15 over South Alabama. Number 25, Missouri, 52-10 over Louisiana. Games in action later involving ranked teams in the FBS. Number 1, Ohio State and the Ohio Bobcats in the Battle of Buckeye State right there. Number 9, Illinois and Western Michigan. Number 17, Ole Miss hosts Arkansas. Number 3, LSU hosting Florida. Game of the night, number 8, Notre Dame hosting number 16, Texas A&M. I will have a live stream of that game tonight. That game kicks off at it's 7:30. It'll probably be about 7:45 by the time it kicks off. But that will be the second game on this Saturday I do on my live stream. So I'll be back on that one later on. Number 11, South Carolina hosting Vanderbilt. Number 20, Utah travels to Laramie to take on the Wyoming Cowboys. That's the rest of the schedule involving ranked teams at the FBS level. We have an FCS team giving an FBS team a battle again. It is New Hampshire and Ball State. New Hampshire ranked number 23 in the FCS poll. They trail Ball State 34-29 with 33 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. New Hampshire is at their own 40-yard line. So can New Hampshire come back and give the FCS another win over an FBS school? Tarleton State's already done that earlier this year with their win at Army. Tarleton State up to number 3 in the FCS poll this week. So we get ready to start half number 2 from the Fargo Dome. 31-14 lead for North Dakota State. Southeast Missouri State will receive the football. Trailing by 17. The Redhawks needing to go on a good drive here to try to get back in this football game again, as North Dakota State got that late touchdown in the first half after the Redhawks had cut it to 10. The home opener for the North Dakota State Bison. They come in 2-0 with road wins over the Citadel and Tennessee State to start the season. Southeast Missouri State coming in this game 1-1, losing at Arkansas State in their opener before winning at home over North Alabama last week. And here is the second half kickoff. Taken at the goal line, across the 5, 10-yard line, 15-yard line, and a shot delivered right there. Big tackle on the play there for the Bison. That looked like Will Style that made that hit for North Dakota State, and the Redhawks backed up inside their own 20 on the first drive of the second half. So Leatherwood and the Redhawk offense back out. First down at the 16. Leatherwood fakes the handoff. Leatherwood looking. Now Leatherwood has room to run across the 20. Slides down at the 22-yard line. Gain of 6 yards, about 5.5 for Leatherwood, brings up second down for the Redhawks. Going to say he started his slide at the 21, so that's where they mark it. Second down and 5. This is a handoff on second down, and this is going nowhere. Nothing doing on second down there for the Redhawks, and it'll be third down. Look like Peyton Brown with the carry that time. Third down and 5. Southeast Missouri State at their own 21. Just underway, quarter number 3. Leatherwood takes the shotgun snap. Leatherwood rolls, Leatherwood throws, and he just fires to the end, out of bounds. Incomplete. And it's a 3 and out for the Redhawks to open the second half. So a punt coming. North Dakota State should get pretty good field position out of this. And the punt again takes a nice Southeast Missouri State bounce and will roll to the 34-yard line and be downed right there. "45 yards on the punt, no return, and North Dakota State will get their first offensive possession of the second half as it will start at their own 34-yard line, 13:27. Remaining quarter number 3, Bison leading this game 31-14. Mentioned the Bison start conference play after this game. They have a bye week next week. And then we'll host the Coyotes of South Dakota. That will be homecoming in Fargo. A little bit of a tough stretch coming up for North Dakota State. They host South Dakota in 2 weeks to open conference play. South Dakota comes in number 12 in the FCS poll. Then they travel to Illinois State. Illinois State ranked number 7 this week. And then they come back home and host Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois ranked 17th. So 3 consecutive ranked opponents coming up for North Dakota State following this game. Their first 3 games of conference play. Then following that game, they still have to go to South Dakota State and go to North Dakota. So this is a tough conference slate for the Bison in what is arguably the best FCS football conference in the country, the Missouri Valley. Some would argue the Big Sky. So the Bison leading this game 31-14. We're about to get their first offensive series of the second half. 13:20 mark of the third quarter. First down, Bison. Peyton fakes the handoff. Peyton rolls left, throws, and the pass is caught but out of bounds, incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. Bryce Lance did make the catch, but he was out of bounds. It'll be second down and 10. Second and 10, football at the 34-yard line. And this is Peyton. And he'll keep it himself. Peyton across the 40, 45, 50. Peyton down the side. 40, 35, down at the 33-yard line. Peyton on second and 10 picks up 33 and a Bison first down. Handoff on first down. This will be a 9-yard pickup. Dallas Capinu on the carry. And it'll be second and 1 from the 24. Second down, they mark him down to 25, so give him an 8-yard gain. Second down and 2. Right back to Capinu. And this time hit at the line of scrimmage and drop. No gain on second down. And here comes a big third down and 2. Third and 2 for the Bison. Football at the 25-yard line of the Redhawks. 3.5 minutes into the third quarter. Peyton takes the snap. Peyton throws left side, incomplete. Good coverage by Southeast Missouri State, intended for Lance. But the defensive coverage by Justice Johnson for Southeast Missouri State in fourth down, and here comes a field goal try. Spot this football at the 33, so a 43-yard attempt. Snap is good, kick away, and the kick is also good. 3 more for the Bison, and that extends the lead to 34-14 on the Eli Ozick 43-yard field goal. 11 minutes, 19 seconds to play in quarter number 3. Drive for the Bison, 6 plays, 41 yards, 2 minutes, 8 seconds, 43-yard field goal by Eli Ozick. They have gone to the half in that game in Knoxville between Georgia and Tennessee. Tennessee leading 21-17 over Georgia. Number 14, Iowa State, 17-10 over Arkansas State. Getting a battle from Arkansas State in that first half. Texas still only in front of UTEP, now 7-3. That game's just past the 2-minute timeout down in Austin. Texas getting a surprising battle from UTEP, the Miners out of Texas El Paso. Great effort in the first half. FCS New Hampshire could not quite complete the comeback at Ball State. That's gone final now. Number 23 team in FCS New Hampshire, they fall to Ball State 34-29, the final. Again, I'll be back on with you for another live stream this evening. Texas A&M and Notre Dame. That should kick off probably about 7:45. So I'll be on with you for a live stream of that game coming up tonight. And then we'll be back with another live stream tomorrow night, Sunday Night Football, Falcons and Vikings from Minneapolis. Be the home opener for the Vikings after their comeback win in Chicago last week against the Bears. So North Dakota State set to kick this one off, now leading this game by 20, 34-14. Here's the kickoff. And another touchback, and that will bring it out to the 25 for Southeast Missouri State. So the Redhawks will get their second possession of the second half. They're down 20 points here, so this is really a must-score drive for the Redhawks if they want any chance of realistically staying in this one. First down from the 25. Leather, and now we've got movement all over the place, and I think that's going to cost Southeast Missouri State 5 as there's a little movement on the line. Officials getting together here. Southeast Missouri State saying that North Dakota State came in the neutral zone first. But they're not going to get that call. It was a false start. It's Kobe Williams, the offensive lineman, the guilty party on that false start for Southeast Missouri State. And it'll make it 1st and 15. Back at the 20. Leatherwood fakes the handoff, and now Leatherwood in trouble. Leatherwood is going to be sacked. That's the second sack for North Dakota State. Looked like Jackson Duttenheffer, the defensive tackle for North Dakota State, getting in on that. Duttenheffer, the senior out of Mandan, North Dakota. Loss on the play of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 20 back at the 15. So an uphill climb on this drive for the Redhawks. There's a snap to Leatherwood. Leatherwood fires, pass complete, and then dropped. Wasn't going to be much of a gain anyway. Intended receiver was Cam Robinson, and it'll be 3rd and 20 for the Redhawks. That was going to be about a 3-yard gain at best, even if Robinson catches it. 3rd and 20, football at the 15. .10:31 remaining, quarter number 3. Leatherwood takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, pass complete, but that's not even going to be anywhere close to a first down. Getting back to the original line of scrimmage. But that's it. Reception by the tight end, Jamari Chisholm. And the Redhawks will have to punt this football again. So again, the Bison should get pretty good field position here. As Southeast Missouri State has done nothing on their first 2 drives offensively here in the second half. And the punt. Fielded this time, and that might have been a mistake. Flag comes in. I think that's the first punt that was fielded and returned today for North Dakota State. Jackson Williams received the punt. It was a 3-yard loss, but we'll check out this flag. Officials still discussing. Get the call now. It's an illegal blindside block against the Bison, so that's going to back the football up inside the 20. Third penalty against the Bison in this game. And again, Coach Pulasic not too pleased with that call. So the Bison have the football back at their own 15, first down and 10. Peyton takes the snap. Peyton keeps it himself, right side, nowhere to go this time, and he's going to get run out of bounds a yard behind the line of scrimmage, so it'll be second down and 11. Peyton had nowhere to go that time. Clock running, 9:20 in the third. 34-14 lead for North Dakota State. Second and 11. Football sits at the 14. Peyton takes the snap. Peyton looks. Peyton throws. Pass complete, but not much doing. That'll be a gain of 3 on second down as the completion made to DJ Scott. It'll be third down 8 for the Bison. Third down. Bison need 8 for the first. Needing to get to the 25-yard line. Peyton looking down the field, incomplete, knocked away defensively, and a late flag. That was a great defensive play on the ball made by Landon Sylvie for the Redhawks, but we'll see what the flag is. And they're going to get interference. And it's going to be called on Sylvie. Boy, Lance took quite the shot there when he was going to field, trying to go up for that catch. That will move the football to the 33. 32, excuse me, first down. Peyton under center this time. We haven't seen that a whole lot in this game. And now we've got a timeout. Timeout called by the Bison here with 8:19 to play in the third quarter. And North Dakota State leading 34-14. Run down a quick scoreboard for you. Number 4, Montana. Number 5, Montana. And number 16, North Dakota. 23-14 lead for North Dakota, just underway in the fourth quarter. So North Dakota, 14 minutes away from getting a big win on the road at a top 5 team. Number 7, Illinois State, 28-17 over Eastern Illinois in the fourth. Number 8, Idaho, 10-3 over Utah Tech. They've just kicked off in the third quarter. Number 14, Incarnate Word, down 24-0 at the half at FBS UTSA. Number 17, Southern Illinois, in action later on the road at UT Martin. That's a couple other FCS scores from around the country, around the top 20. Following this timeout, it is going to be a first down for the Bison after the pass interference call. Be a first down at the 32-yard line. First down, North Dakota State. From the 32-yard line, Peyton back to the shotgun. Peyton takes the snap and the give, and a big loss on first down. Barika Kapinu dropped in the backfield, a loss of 6 on first down. Second down and 16 following that 6-yard loss. Lance checks back in after getting kind of shaken up on that previous play on the pass interference. Handoff again. Kapinu, and Kapinu threw tacklers across the 40 to the 43-yard line. That should be a first down for the Bison. On 2nd and 16, Kapinu gets 17. Chains move, first down Bison from the 43. 7 minutes and counting to play in the third quarter. Peyton, again the handoff to Kapinu, and he's going to be brought down for a loss of a yard that time. Back at the 42, it'll be 2nd and 11. Second and 11. Bison football at their own 42. Peyton takes the snap. Peyton fakes the handoff this time. Peyton throws deep down the field, incomplete. He overshot his receiver. Intended receiver that time was Raja Nelson. And 3rd down and 9 coming up. Bison need 9 on this 3rd down. Clock has stopped with 6:11 to go in the third. Peyton. Peyton takes the snap. Peyton throws. Open receiver down the field is caught. First down, North Dakota State. Right back he goes to Nelson. Correction, I'm sorry, the ball came out. Nelson got the foot down, but then did not make the football move. And now we've got movement on the line on 4th down. And we'll see who this is called against. If this is offsides, that's going to put it about 4th and 4. Do you change your mind if you're North Dakota State and go for it? And it is offsides against Southeast Missouri State. So now does that change things? On 4th and 4 now instead of 4th and 9. Nope, they still have the punt team out, does North Dakota State. And they do punt the football. And that punt goes into the end zone for a touchback. So the Redhawks will get it from the 20 with 5:58 remaining in quarter number 3. Leading 34-14. First down at the 20. Rolling, throwing, pass complete up to the 23-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 on first down. Reception for Southeast Missouri State that time for Donnie Cheers. He's been targeted a few times in this game. And that was his 3rd catch. Second and 7. And this is Cheers. And that play, it was tried a little bit of trickery to Cheers, but it blew up and went nowhere. And a 1-yard loss on second down. Third down and 8. Under 5 to go in the 3rd. Out of the gun. Leatherwood's throw. Pass is caught. That's a first down for the Redhawks. Pass completion to Cam Pedro. And that will move the sticks for Southeast Missouri State. First down. And now we've got movement all over the place along the line. That's going to cost the Redhawks 5. There was all kinds of movement on the offensive line. So that will move it back to a 1st and 15. They got Jalen Nettles, the offensive lineman, for the false start, but that could have gone pretty much on anybody on the line. 1st and 15, back at the 26. Leatherwood rolls right, pass complete across the 30, out of bounds, around the 34-yard line, gain of 8 yards. On 1st and 15, pass reception to Cam Robinson. Be 2nd down and 7. Clock nearing 3.5 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. Leatherwood, the toss. Nowhere to go, and this is going to be a loss on second down. Absolutely nowhere to go on second down and 7, and Epton Jr. lost a couple, bringing up third down and 9. Third down, Redhawks need 9 to keep the drive alive. They need to get to the 41-yard line for a first down. Leatherwood takes the snap. Leatherwood throws, open receiver, first down, Redhawks. That was Pedro again across the 45 to the 46. And on 3rd and 9, the Redhawks gain 15 and move the sticks. As we near 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. First down at the 46-yard line. Out of the gun, here's another handoff. And they into North Dakota State territory and brought down at the 47-yard line. Peyton Brown on the 6-yard run. We do have a flag here. We'll check the flag. We're about to get the call. Illegal formation against the Redhawks, so nullify that 6-yard run. It'll make it 1st and 15. First and 15, Redhawks back to the 42-yard line. Leatherwood fakes the handoff. Leatherwood rolls to his left. Leatherwood has a little bit of room to run, and he's going to get up to the 45-yard line. Gain of 3 for Leatherwood will bring up 2nd down and 12. Second down. Football at the 44-yard line. Leatherwood will take it himself. Now we'll throw it down the field. Almost picked off. Leatherwood looked like he was going to run it, then saw he was being pressured. Tried to get rid of it at the last second, and Jalen Duffy almost picked it off for the Bison. It'll be 3rd down. Third down. Redhawks need 13 for the first at their own 44. Clock stopped 1:01 remaining in the third. Leatherwood down the field, incomplete. Looking for Pedro. Pedro was looking for a flag, but there's none coming, and it's 4th down. A little jawing here following that play between Pedro and, I think, Donovan Woolen. Redhawks will have to punt this football. And the punt. What a bounce this takes. That's going to roll out of bounds around the 8-yard line. What a punt that was. They will mark it at the 8-yard line, so that is a 48-yard punt. And the Bison are going to start this drive inside their 10 with 47 seconds to play in the third quarter. First down. And a handoff up to the 11-yard line. That's Parika Kapinu. And second down, 6 coming up. Bison will not have to run another play in the third quarter if they don't want to. The game clock's a second ahead of the play clock. But they're coming up to the line like they're going to try. They do snap it. Peyton, left side, throws, pass complete up to the 28-yard line. 17-yard reception for Raja Nelson. And that play will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 3 in the books. In the home opener for the North Dakota State Bison, they lead the Redhawks of Southeast Missouri State 34-14 after 3. So the only scoring in that third quarter was a field goal. North Dakota State up to 450 yards of total offense. Southeast Missouri State at 190. Peyton passing the football for the Bison, 14 of 21, 302 yards and 4 touchdowns. Leading rusher is Kapinu, 14 carries, 84 yards. The team as a whole has rushed for 148. Jax Leatherwood on the other side for Southeast Missouri, 12 of 23, 145 yards and a touchdown. And Leatherwood, the quarterback, also the leading rusher, 10 carries, 20 yards. Epton Jr., 5 carries for 17 yards. Southeast Missouri State held to 45 yards rushing today through 3 quarters. Of Leatherwood's 12 completions, he's found 6 different receivers on those 12 completions. Peyton has found 7 different receivers for his 14 receptions. Penalties starting to pile up a little bit on Southeast Missouri. They've been penalized 7 times for 55 yards. Bison penalized 3 times for 44 yards. And that all leads to a 34-14 lead for North Dakota State as we get set to begin this fourth quarter. It is now a final. Montana State, number 4 in the country in FCS. They are in the win column finally for the first time this year as they beat San Diego 41-7. Montana State lost that game double overtime last week at home against South Dakota State. Number 5, Montana, still trailing number 16, North Dakota, 23-14. Just under 7 to go in the fourth in that one. Number 6, Rhode Island, a win earlier at Holy Cross. A late field goal won that game, 9-7. Number 7, Illinois State, 35-23, getting a battle from their rivals from Eastern Illinois. Just under 6 minutes left in that one. Number 8, Idaho, 13-6 over Utah Tech, third quarter score. And number 10, Lehigh, winner earlier today over Duquesne. Here we're set to begin the fourth quarter. North Dakota State ball at the 28-yard line. First down. First play, quarter number 4. Peyton rolling, pass is complete. And a big gainer here. And there goes the running back. Capinu with the reception. 30 more yards into Southeast Missouri territory to the 42-yard line. Capinu's had an excellent game today for the Bison, as they have marched into Redhawks territory at the 42-yard line. First down, just underway, quarter number 4. And this is a carry and a big one. DJ Scott down the sideline, and they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 4-yard line. DJ Scott, 38 yards, and it's first and goal, Bison. Boy, DJ Scott broke a couple tacklers and was one tackle away from breaking into the end zone. First and goal at the 3, North Dakota State looking for what would probably be the lights out touchdown. North Dakota State has just gone over the 500-yard mark today on offense. We're going to review this to see if Scott stepped out of bounds. I think that's what... They have marked it at the 3-yard line. Looked like the back of his heel stepped on that end line. So it'll be first and goal at the 3 for the Bison. Actually, the Bison were just assessed a delay of game penalty, so it's back to the 8-yard line now. So first and goal, back at the 8. I missed that flag, but did see a delay of game signal, and now a sack back at the 18-yard line. See who that was that got the sack for Southeast Missouri State? It was Sam Keeper, senior defensive lineman out of St. Louis, with that sack for Southeast Missouri. Second and goal back at the 17 now. Peyton. Peyton takes the snap. Peyton looking. Peyton with time. Peyton end zone. Actually, a little bit short of the end zone at the 1-yard line. The catch is made by Jackson Williams, and it'll be third and goal, Bison at the 1. The quick snap, and Peyton will keep it himself. Peyton into the end zone for a Bison touchdown. A 1-yard run for Cole Peyton into the end zone. And the Bison with 6 more. 5th touchdown of the game for North Dakota State, as Peyton finishes it himself from a yard out. Eli Ozick coming on to add the extra point. And the kick is good. 12:08 to go in the fourth. North Dakota State has pulled away and has taken the lead 41-14 over the Redhawks of Southeast Missouri State. Scoring drive for the Bison, 7 plays, 93 yards. Took 3 minutes, 39 seconds, finished off by a 1-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Cole Payton. Overall numbers now, as mentioned, North Dakota State has went over the 500-yard mark. They're at 527 yards of offense now in this game. Cole Payton, 16 of 23, passing the ball 348 yards. He's also rushed for 53 yards. Nine different receivers Payton has found today. He is really spreading the ball around. And that has all led to a 41-14 lead for the top-ranked team in FCS football, North Dakota State, over Southeast Missouri State. Southeast Missouri State, following this game, has one more non-conference game. They're out-of-conference rivals from Southern Illinois. That game will be at home for the Redhawks next week before Big South OVC play gets underway for them. Southeast Missouri State, a playoff representative in the FCS playoffs a year ago, lost in the first round to Illinois State. They're hoping to get back to the FCS playoffs and make a little bit of a deeper run this year. And North Dakota State, of course, the defending FCS national champion, which has been said quite a few times over the past decade and a half. Updating some scores for you from the FBS level. Penn State up 31-0 on Villanova. Georgia's taken the lead over Tennessee, 24-21. So we are just about to get the kickoff. And here's the kick. Touchback. Another game from the FCS, that USC-Purdue game. There has been bad weather going through West Lafayette all day long. That game was originally slated for 3:30. That game has now been pushed back to a 6:45 kickoff between USC and Purdue. They have finally gotten underway in Lubbock after a long weather delay between Oregon State and Texas Tech. So here we go. Southeast Missouri State at the 25-yard line, first down, with 12:08 to go. Handoff on first down. This will be good for a gain of a couple. As Brandon Epton Jr. gets the carry, and it'll be 2nd down 8 for the Redhawks. Second down 8, football at the 27. Out of the gun, Leatherwood fakes the handoff. Now Leatherwood takes it himself across the 30. Leatherwood first down yardage for the Redhawks up to the 37-yard line. Leatherwood saw he had room and gained 10 yards. Leatherwood is the leading rusher today for Southeast Missouri State. Haven't really gotten a whole lot going in the running game today against this North Dakota State defense. But it is a first down on a gain of 10 for the Redhawks, their 10th first down of the game. Leatherwood takes the snap. And another handoff. This is Epton Jr. again across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Gain of 4. And I beg your pardon, that was not Epton Jr. That was... Actually, not sure who that was. 2nd down and 7. Cole Rubel is who that was that got the carry. On 2nd down, there's a sack. And this is a new quarterback into the game for the Redhawks. It is Patrick Heidert. And he just took a 4-yard sack. So Patrick Heidert into the game at quarterback for the Redhawks. Senior out of St. Louis. It is 3rd down and 11. Football sits at the 36-yard line. We're under 10 minutes to go. Bison a comfortable 41-14 lead here in the 4th. Out of the gun. Heidert looking, and he's going to get sacked again for the 2nd straight time. And now we have a flag that came in. So 2 consecutive sacks, but this one may come with a cost. We're going to get the call. Oh, they got a horse collar. So a horse collar tackle called against the Bison. That's going to give Southeast Missouri State a 1st down. So the horse collar gives Southeast Missouri State a 1st down at the 49-yard line, just across midfield. Heidert in the gun once again. And this is a handoff for a gain of about 5 yards. Carry for Peyton Brown. Second down coming up for the Redhawks. 2nd and about 6. Clock running, 8:40 to go in the 4th. 2nd down 5 for the Redhawks. Football at the 44-yard line of North Dakota State. And another handoff. This is Brown again. And Brown is up around the 41-yard line. Gain of about 2 or 3, depending on where they spot that. Be 3rd down and short. They give him 3 yards to the 41, so 3rd down and 2. Third down, Redhawks need 2 to keep this drive alive. Football at the 41 of the Bison. Heidert will take it himself, get to the marker, and a 1st down to the 39-yard line. That's exactly where Heidert got to. Move the sticks for the Redhawks. So a good drive being put together here for Southeast Missouri State. With Heidert coming in at quarterback, getting his first series of the game. They've drove the ball down to the Bison 39. Heidert takes the snap. Looking, nowhere to go. Now throws it underneath. Pass is intercepted. Interception made by the Bison. Jaquise Alexander with the pick. The junior out of Ruskin, Florida. And the first turnover of the game is a pick. Boy, that looked like that pass was going to Donnie Cheers, and it looked like Alexander just ripped it right away from him as Cheers was going down to the ground for the reception. So North Dakota State's defense forces the first turnover of this game, and they will take over with 7:05 to play in this one, and probably just going to be very patient and keep this on the ground. Actually going to take a look at this, it looks like, just to make sure it was an interception. Well, yeah, it looks like Alexander just ripped it right away from Cheers, the receiver. So we've got a review in progress just to verify the interception. Not going to see if the ball ever hit the ground. I don't know that it ever hit the ground. So the headsets come off. We're about to get the call. And the interception stands. First down, Bison. Off the turnover. But that pass was going for Cheers. And at the last moment, Alexander, the defender, just ripped it right away from him. So a new quarterback in the game for the Bison. As it's a handoff on first down. New quarterback is Nathan Hayes, the junior out of St. Charles East High School in West Chicago. And Owen Johnson got that carry. And he gains 4 on first down. And the clock is running, 6:40 and counting. Second down and 6. Football at the 41. And a stoppage. Play clock didn't reset, so it's a play clock reset here. Second down and 6. Hayes with the handoff again. Again, that was Owen Johnson for a gain of 2 more, bringing up third down and 4. Third down 4. Clock ticks under 6 minutes for the game. Hayes' first pass of the game on 3rd and 4 is incomplete. A little bit behind his receiver, Becky Collins, the intended receiver, and it's going to be a punt for the Bison. Bison were able to take a little bit of clock down as it's down to 5:43 in the fourth quarter. And a whistle. It's a false start against the Bison. So that'll move it back 5. And the punt. Taken at the 15. And returned to the 17-yard line, so not much of a return. Southeast Missouri State will be backed up inside their 20 with 5:31 to go. North Dakota State comfortably leading this one 41-14. Updating you on some updated score. Back and forth they go in Knoxville between Georgia and Tennessee. That game's headed to the 4th. Tennessee leads 28-27. That should be an exciting fourth quarter coming up there. Iowa State, number 14 in the country, they are getting a battle on the road at Arkansas State today. Iowa State leading 17-13 in the third. Number 7, Texas, has still not been able to pull away from UTEP. They do lead 14-3 in the third. And now weather issues affecting South Florida and Miami. Miami leading 14-3. They are also in a weather delay. Have had a lot of weather delays across the country today. Big games coming up later. That USC-Purdue game in the Big Ten has been pushed back to a 6:45 kickoff up there in West Lafayette. I am in Indiana, and we have had some weather go through today, so weather being a factor up there between USC and Purdue, pushing that kickoff about 3 hours later than scheduled. Big game coming up tonight, Florida and LSU. And the big game of the night, which is one I'm going to be live streaming here later on, Texas A&M and Notre Dame from South Bend. Hopefully the weather issues don't affect that one up there too. I will be on for the live stream on that one later on. Meanwhile, finishing up this one, Bison leading 41-14 over the Redhawks of Southeast Missouri State, 5:31 to play. Redhawks first down at their own 16. Rolling to the right, and this is going to be another sack for the North Dakota State defense. Victor Asele, I hope I got that pronunciation right, with that sack of Patrick Heitert's loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Heitert throws. Pass is complete up to the 19-yard line. First reception of the game for the wide receiver, Bryson Burns. It'll be 3rd down 7 coming up. Ticking down to 4.5 minutes to play in this one. 3rd down 7, Redhawks, football at their own 19. Heitert. Heitert will take it himself, avoids the sack, and will pick up 3 yards, but still going to be well short of the first down by 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down and about 4. So here comes a Southeast Missouri State punt. Fair catch called and made at the 42-yard line. So with 3:34 remaining, North Dakota State will start this next drive at their own 42, going to try to run out as much of this remaining 3:34 as they can and go to 3-0 into their bye week before they get ready for conference play in 2 weeks against the Coyotes of South Dakota. One more non-conference game next week for Southeast Missouri State. They're at home against their big out-of-conference rivals, the Salukis of Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois ranked in the top 25 in the FCS poll at number 17 this week. They play at UT Martin later on. Southeast Missouri State and Southern Illinois, that rivalry game next week. Those two schools separated only by about an hour. Again, we'll be back with you just past 7:30 for the live stream of that Texas A&M Notre Dame game. Should be a good one up in South Bend. Hopefully the weather stays away. So the Bison going to go to 3-0. Update on that Montana-North Dakota game. Two top 20 teams in the FCS. Montana has come back to score a late touchdown in the fourth quarter against North Dakota. Montana leads at 24-23. Montana, trailing that whole game, has come back to take the lead late in the fourth quarter. So back here, first down for the Bison at the 42, and we've got movement, so it's going to be back to the 37 now, 1st and 15. 7th penalty on the Bison. Southeast Missouri State's also been called for 7 penalties. First and 15 at the 37. This is a handoff on first down as Mitchell gets the carry. Second down and 6. This is Mitchell again. This time he goes nowhere. Stood up by that Southeast Missouri State defense. 3rd down, 6. They will have to snap this on the north side of the 2-minute warning, or the 2-minute timeout, excuse me. Third down, 6 from the 47. Hayes takes the snap. Hayes looking deep down the field, right side, incomplete. That's going to be a 15-yard interference. The defender did not even turn around and look for the football and was all over the intended receiver, which looked like Isaiah St. Romain, the intended receiver. Was Trell Riley the guilty party on that pass interference call? It's first down, Bison at the 38. And here's a handoff on first down. A good gain on first down across the 25-20, inside the 20, 15-yard line. 23 yards on that run for, see who that was. Cortez LeGrant on the carry for North Dakota State. And they have marched into the red zone. We have hit the 2-minute timeout. Two-minute timeout, which officially hits with 1:56 to go. Bison leading 41-14 and are a minute 56 away from a 3-0 record to start off the season. They're not going to get there, but North Dakota State is pushing the 600-yard mark. They're at 565 of total offense in this game. And we'll see at the 16-yard line if they'll try to score again or if they're just going to go in victory formation. It is now a final. Montana has come back from trailing the whole game. Number 5 Montana defeats number 16 North Dakota 24-23. So after trailing all game, they get a late touchdown to the Montana Grizzlies to win it. Number 4 Montana State got their first win of the season earlier today. They defeated San Diego 41-7. Number 6 Rhode Island needed a late field goal to beat Holy Cross 9-7. Number 7 Illinois State defeated Eastern Illinois 42-30. And number 8 Idaho leading 20-6 in the fourth over Utah Tech. Number 10 Lehigh, a winner earlier today over Duquesne. First down at the 16. 1:56 remaining. Handoff on first down going nowhere. That was Miles Mitchell getting the carry. It'll be second down as the clock runs down to 100 seconds and counting. Letting this play clock tick all the way down until they snap it. Why not? And now it's going to be victory formation and a kneel down for Hayes. I'll have to do that one more time. One more kneel down. And there it is, and that will do it. North Dakota State, 41-14, the final score over Southeast Missouri State. North Dakota State goes to 3-0 on the season. Southeast Missouri State drops to 1-2. North Dakota State has a bye week next week before opening Missouri Valley Football Conference play in 2 weeks against South Dakota. Southeast Missouri State has one more non-conference game coming up next week, their rival non-conference rivalry game against the Southern Illinois Salukis. That will be back home in Cape Girardeau for the Redhawks. Final numbers in this one: 562 total yards of offense for North Dakota State. 348 through the air. Put up 214 on the ground. Cole Payton, 16 of 23 passing the football, 348 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also ran 11 times for 53 yards. Marika Kapinu for the Bison of 14 carries, 84 yards tonight. Three rushes, 44 yards for DJ Scott. LeGrant rushed one time for 22 yards. And Cole Payton, 16 completed passes. He found 9 different receivers on those 16 completed passes tonight, throwing for 348. Two receiving touchdowns in the game for Raja Nelson. Bryce Lance with a receiving touchdown. And the other receiving touchdown in the game went to Mecky Collins. Southeast Missouri State, on the other hand, Jack Leatherwood, 12 of 23 passing, 145 yards and 1 touchdown. Southeast Missouri State, 64 yards rushing in the game. Leatherwood, the quarterback, the leading rusher, 10 carries, 20 yards. Brandon Epton Jr. rushed 6 carries for 19 yards. Brown, 8 carries for 17 yards. Just wasn't able to get much going in the running game today with Southeast Missouri State. And they fall to the number 1 team in the FCS, North Dakota State, by a 41-14 score. Scores in the FBS are going down to the wire in Knoxville with 11 minutes to go. Tennessee leads Georgia 35-30. Number 14, Iowa State, getting that battle from Arkansas State, 17-13. That game's moved to the 4th quarter. In a weather delay in Miami between South Florida and Miami, 14-3 lead for the Hurricanes. So that's going to wrap it up for this live stream. But again, I will be back with you here in a little less than an hour for live stream number 2. Texas A&M and Notre Dame will be that live stream. So I'll be back with you a little shy of an hour from now for that Texas A&M Notre Dame live stream. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John, my YouTube page. If you like my content on here, would appreciate a like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot. Also on Kick at Sports Kick John, I will be on these 2 platforms later on for Texas A&M and Notre Dame. Talk to you here in just a little bit for live.